Gentlemen, welcome to the Grey Elephant. The Grey Elephant, ESCO Roadshow, November 2024. Well, before we start, a couple of words about me. My name is Robert. I'm the founder of the Grey Elephant. I've got 20 years experience in the graphical industry. So I did work for Agfa, for Kodak. I did work for ESCO. And now I'm working for the Grey Elephant. 20 years experience? Well, at least I can spell the word PDF. Now, next. The interesting stuff. What's it about today? It's about three items. One, what our customers are suffering most of, getting more orders with less run length, what our customers are doing about this today, and what the Grey Elephant offers in order to help them, especially with that. So, more orders, less run length. What does it mean? So, assume we have 24 hours time, we have one press, we're printing three jobs, job one, job two, job three. What we've seen in the industry is yesterday, indeed, you printed those three jobs. Today, you print already four jobs. And if you print today four jobs, means tomorrow you have to deal with five different jobs. Now, what's the problem with that? It's very clearly press job change over times. So whenever I'm going from one job to another one, I have to stop the press. I have to take all the cylinders out. I have to put new flexo plate or flexo cylinders in the press. I have to get the job back on registration. I'm wasting substrate. I'm wasting time. And more jobs I have, more stop times I have, and that means press is gonna stand more time still and not producing. Now in this little image, you're gonna see it before with four jobs. We had like 2 hours and 50 minutes of changeover times where we change from one job to another one. Tomorrow with five jobs, we already have 3 hours where the press is standing still. On top of that, the amount of plates which are be needed is going to increase. Today, let's say with our four jobs, we have 26 plates. Tomorrow with five jobs, we're looking at 32 plates you have to manufacture. Now, and last but not least, you're going to have much more work in the pre-press and the tool room in order to prepare those things. You know, today with 26 plates, you have to mount 26 plates. You have to maybe manufacturing five plates, but at least you have to collect them from the archive. Now, tomorrow, that whole increases. You have to 23 plates to mount, maybe six to manufacture, but 26 to collect from the archive. So we're generating far more work. And adding to that one, of course, having more jobs comes with more risk. Well, if you have more plate changes on press, the chances increases that you might put the wrong plate in it. You have to make more plate manufacturing, which means you might grab the wrong plate to manufacturing. You have to collect all those plates. You have to mount all those plates. And if you mount plates, you might select the wrong sticky tape. So you're not reproducing as done before. In fact, all the operators have to take more decisions lead to more mistakes. Now, in the end of the day, what's going to happen is clearly the cost going to increase because of the whole more work, but the turnover is reducing because machines are standing still far more often. So what our customers doing already in order to resolve that issue is by using commonality plates. So a common plate identified manually. Let me quickly explain what a commonality is. So we're having five plates over here, and you're already seeing there are some separations the same. So on top, you will easily see all those five plates have the same company logo. Yes, that is definitely a common plate. But you're seeing even in here, you have some more commonality, even if it's just the cold foil around this or maybe a text. Now, with that commonality in mind, yes, commonality reduces press job changeover time. So where I needed 45 minutes without commons because I have to take out all of the plates, tomorrow when I can maybe leave one or two plates inside, I'm reducing it to 30 minutes. So we're already seeing here, even if I'm printing five jobs, I'll be anyway much faster done because I reduce the changeover time. On top of that, we're going to have to produce less plates. So today, 26 plates have to be done. Maybe 5 plates have to be manufactured, 21 have to be collected. But if I use commons tomorrow with the same amount of jobs, but less plates, I'm reducing again the workload of the guys in the pre-press department or tool making department. How do commonality is being identified? Here an example, we have 7 articles. Now, 7 articles are always are common to each other. So it means article A1 with article A5, they're sharing the cool gray 5C color as a commonality. All of them share the Pantone 419C, the first one, and A1 and A2 share the cold foil, while A3, A6, and A7 share that as well. Now, again, that needs to be manually identified with either the Web Center viewer, the automation engine viewer. You have to put them on top of each other to really make sure that they are indeed common. But it helps because once you have this commonality, you can even go in defining order of print. So in which order do I want to print? It's not that our customers or the customers of our customers are actually always ordering all 7 articles. No, 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 no. They're ordering what they need. So in this case, we are dropping article 2 and we're dropping article 6, and suddenly we have a whole different way of commons. So that's clearly not the way a customer would print, but with this information, a customer can decide to swap A3 with A5, and suddenly we have 2 less plate changes. Now, there are some disadvantages today of using commonality. It takes a lot of manual and valuable operator time because an operator has to remember where a common could be. Now, yes, he can remember, but it doesn't have necessarily to match. So you're spending lots of time of your operator to look for commonality. One of our leads we visited last time calculates that 20 to 30% of their operators' time are being used for looking for commonalities. 20 to 30%, that is a hell of a time. Now, second disadvantage, of course, it's a high risk, and you might even wonder if it's worth the effort, because once you mismatching and you're selecting a wrong file or wrong separation, you might have a huge claim. And the last thing is, obviously, it's very difficult to communicate this towards the press operator because, again, we have 80% of repeat orders, but it means different articles, different mix. So the press operator really, or the plate making operator really have to know what's common and what's not common. And just to give you a bit of high risk of identifying the wrong comments, a couple of examples from customers before our solution, you can easily see, yes, the 2 images on the left, they look alike. On the right-hand side, you see the compare and you're seeing they are not really the same. Another example, it becomes even closer, but if you're going to declare that as a common and you're going to go to the press operator really going to hate the graphics department because the little thing on the down left side, it's outside. So yes, it looks similar, but he will not manage the registration. He will be busy with for half an hour, 45 minutes to make it match because it does look similar, but that's really lost time. And in the end, they have to give up, make a new plate in order to do that. And this is really very special. It's everything the same, and only the text and the frame is 1 millimeter below. And that really drives our press operators nuts because they can't see the difference. And we clearly see it's not the same. Now, there are some more disadvantages in the plate room or in the pre-press department, so not the graphics, the pre-press / plate room. How do you assign correct plate mileage? A common plate's getting more use than a non-common plate. Your common plate get used in multiple jobs. So how do I make sure that plate is in those jobs? How do I archive my common plate? Do I put it on a special place? Do I put it with a job together? How do I find this back? Plus, a very typical question is, what if a job has a different winding direction? So this job gets not with 0 degrees, but with 180 degrees. So it's no longer common. So these are all the disadvantages, but yet maybe worth it. Now, we know what's the challenge. We know how customers are using this today. So how does it the gray elephant do? So what do we bring to the market in order to help our customers to get over these issues? We have two software packages. We have our Brain for Tools and we have Track and Trace for Tools. With Brain for Tools, we allow the automatically identification of commonality tools. So what we do is the manual interaction of looking for comments through all those articles, we make that automatically by just running this through an automation engine workflow, which pushes all the searches into our Brain for Tools software, and Brain for Tools does the searching, comes back with this, and gives the information back. And we do this pretty much lights out. So we're starting an automation engine, selecting the file, the automation engine workflow does everything. It requesting the search at Brain for Tools answering, automation engine listens to, gives back the feedback. We do this on commonality, we do this on one-up separations. And with one-up separations, we even give a level of percentages back to the prepress operator and saying, look, you might have a comment, but we have only a 99.6% similarity. At that stage, the prepress operator can decide, yes, I'm going to go back and change it to match the 100%, or no, it has to be as it is, but in this case, it's not a commonality. On top of that, we searching commonality as well, including DGC and distortions, which means we really do a TIFF compare. What AI does, searching by content, for commonality content is a good start. But if you look for common tools, you have to apply DGC. You have to take distortion into account, something what AI can't really do. Now, in this case, a couple of examples we showed before. Here you can easily see when we compare both of those things is we have 99.6 similarity, or in this case, we would have given back a 99.8 similarity. So we would have warned the prepress operator with this number. Now, the advantage, again, once more, we're reducing heavily the press job change times, and we get the maximum out of it because our solution doesn't search what the operator has in its memory. No. We're going to search through the whole archive. Every register one-up, every registered sheet separation or tool image, we're going to search. We're going to less plates. We're going to manufacturing less plates. And we're going to have more efficient job change overtimes because with the information we generated manually, every system now can generate the perfect sequence of print. Now, that's our Brain for Tools. Second, Track and Trace for Tools as a digital management of printing tool or the tool lifecycle management application, which allows to assign plate mileage, which allows the usage of multiple one plate in multiple production orders. We can archive tools, we can check it in, we can check it out, and we can create a bill of material for the press operator to own for the plate room in order to know which tools have to be used. How does it work? Just have a quick look on our interface. This is our production order interface. So a production order is a single press run. So the plate room operator needs to know which plates to send to production or maybe to send a new one. And I would like to take your attention to three little items. So on the left side, you can see that I framed the 001, and there's a little red circle before that. That means that that tool is not fit for the upcoming press run. If you go that line a bit to the right, you can see it's being used twice. It has been 32,000 meters or 58,000 impressions. Adding those 15,000 meters of those production order 1 to 2 will overrun the plate's life cycle. So we warn the operator and saying you might don't want to use this because the chance is very high that you're delivering a non-fit press tool to the press. I would like to take your attention to the right top frame where there is written request new tool. So in case the operator has decided really this is not a good plate, they could press the request new tool button. This button sends a message to automation engine and saying, hey, dear automation engine, would you mind to grab that plate, in this case, the 418415_cyan plate, and push that to your Flexo engine because it's needed to be manufactured. The tool department needs that. So it's fully automated, fully integrated with automation engine. Nobody has to carry something around. We do that. And now, last but not least, the third circle in the middle, planning can decide which tool goes on which press unit. Now, let's imagine we had this job, the P0122, and the job before that runs magenta on unit 3. So in this case, no one would use magenta now on unit 2 because that means you have to clean a lot. So in this case, the planning operator would move that to number 3. And at that stage, we are assigning the plate magenta with the version 001 to press unit 3, which allows later on to control that. So this is just a tiny bit a view on how we do these things. The question is, how are we managing this? And we're managing it by indeed putting a 2x2 millimeter data matrix code on the plate. It's really 2x2 millimeter. It can be for labels printer easily put in the bearer bar. Bearer bar is usually 5 millimeters in size, so it fits easily in. And with that 2x2 millimeter code on the Flexo plate, we built a scanner which can read that 2 millimeter code. And the principle is very easy. You take the scanner, you scan the code on the plate. You put the plate in the bag, you scan the code on the bag, and now you know exactly where your plate is located. It's really that simple, and we can do many more things with this. For example, if you're in front of the mounter, you scan the plate, and our scanner tells the operator which sticky tape to use. We're making sure that always the same sticky tape is being used. At the press operator can scan the plate mounted, and the 2x2 millimeter code is still readable, and we can tell the press operator on which unit it has to go. So it's really the tool life cycle in here. And that's basically it. Just a little out view on where Brain for Tools track and trace for tools is with ESCO. We are official integration partner, and we currently work on the standard integration solution. Will be released in the end of the year. So thank you very much. And in case there's any questions, I guess you know my number. Thank you.